91.9.
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com, the biggest South Asian media group. Y Media.
Hello everyone, my name is Yudhir Jaswal. I'm the group editor at Y Media. A very warm welcome today. We are having municipal elections in Ontario on October the 24th, and for that we are going to have debates as usual. We do debates for federal elections, we do debates for provincial elections, and now here we are with the municipal elections as well. All these debates will be broadcasted on Rogers 857, Bell 828, Telus 2418, and also on Rogers Ignite 707. So let's welcome the candidates first of all. Mr. Mahendra Gupta, a very warm welcome on Y Media. Sir, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Happy Dashera to your audience.
Happy Dashera, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Hoti, a very warm welcome, sir. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
You are very welcome. Just for our viewers' benefit and also for the candidates' benefit, I'd like to explain the format first of all. So first of all, you will be getting 2 minutes each for your opening remarks. After that, there is a Q&A section in which I'll throw in a topic and then you can answer that. Each of you will be getting allocated time. So approximately 3 to 4 minutes of that open discussion forum. And then closing remarks, you will be getting 1 minute each for your closing remarks. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay. Mr. Mahendra Gupta, why don't we start with you? 2 minutes for your opening remarks.
Sure. First of all, I have been living in Brampton since year 2000, and I have seen the Brampton grow. When I used to started living in Brampton, there was nothing in the back of my house. Now the population has grown up. There's so much of urban sprawl, basically, and not sufficient services for people. It's something about me. I have been a professor at University of West Indies, and then I was retired as a principal. And now I would like to provide or give all my time, full time, to my Brampton in Ward 9 and 10. I have received 25 years of community award from the Government of Ontario. That services I have been doing for people. I've been a Hindu Sabha temple president, and also fought for Brampton in terms of when they were going to install a nuclear incineration plant some time back, and I help out the community in terms of the local parks and parkeets that they have developed. There are very few, and helping out the seniors and invulnerables in the society and involved in a lot of senior clubs. So basically, I'm asking to give me a chance for Ward 9 and 10 in City of Brampton as City Councillor on October 24th, and come out and vote. We understand it is scheduled Diwali Day, which is very unfortunate, and next time probably the province will be more careful about scheduling such event.
All right, thank you. Mr. Manpreet Hoti, you have 2 minutes for opening remarks.
All right. Thank you, Yudhir, for this opportunity. I am Manpreet Hoti. I'm running to be your next City Councillor in Ward 910 and represent the residents in the City Hall for Ward 910. By profession, I'm a process engineer working as a process tech in a multinational company. I'm living in Ward 910 since past 19 years with a wife and 2 kids. What I've witnessed in my city is rolling backwards since past few years. If I look at City of Vaughan or City of Mississauga per se, we like to take the example of City of Vaughan. They already have their subway there. They're working on their LRT system, east and west. Basically, they're building on their infrastructure for a better future, which I don't see it in Brampton. When it comes to the Brampton, our own city, what we see is a divided council and rejected projects like LRT, rejected university, hospital still in the process. So we can't trust this council for next 4 years. So I'm standing up to it instead of sitting on the sidelines, and I need your support on 24th of October to realize my vision for my city into a reality, which is to work, live, and grow in Brampton. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And now let's get together an open discussion. You'll get 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes for this one. I want to hear, and anybody can jump in at any time. In this 3 to 4 minutes, I want to ask your vision for the city. What is your vision for the city? So we want to hear that. Manpreet, why don't we start with you?
Yes, of course. My vision for city actually built on the four pillars. I would say. The 4 pillars one is sustainability, livability, diversity, and healthier. I can delve on all these four pillars one by one. Like when I talk about sustainability, I want a proper balance between a residential, commercial, and a green belt. What I noticed in past few years that we are putting more and more zoning towards the residential and eating up the green belt zone. So that's actually big harm for our climate change. And the next one is the livability. In the livability, I have public safety. Public safety is a big part of this livability, and employment. Actually, these two are the brick and mortar of a livability. I want people to live here and work here. It's not, I want to come out of a sleeping city taboo for Brampton. And for the health portion, I want to have a healthier people, like healthy. If I talk about the health, it's only 1 hospital so far in Brampton. I'm looking forward for at least 2 or 3 hospitals to cater the needs of the city. And for the diversity, I want to have we call our community as a mosaic city. I want to reflect our city on a true meaning of a mosaic city, where everyone live together in harmony, peaceful, and work together and live together happily. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you want to pitch in?
Sure. What I understand that happening in the city, that Brampton has become as a bedroom community over the years. And urban sprawl is of course there, and not enough green belt. And as a result, to support the green belt or to reduce the pollution, the first time I will not have any single lawn sign, because that basically increases the pollution. And all the candidates who are there, the vision is that they should not be breaking the bylaw just to contest the elections right now. They're putting their signs all over place. Basically, they are going to run the city and they're breaking their own bylaws. So how they're going to follow their bylaws once they get elected? You see, and or they're trying to find some other ways to do it. But my vision, as far as goes, one thing is the corruption-free city hall. And the whole council has to work together for the benefit of Bramptonians. And also, the Brampton has to be a safer city, rather than everybody right now what we see in the houses is 4 or 8 cameras all over the place. So basically, Bramptonians do not feel safe living there, and that has to be addressed in a proper way. There has to be basic services available. I lived in Canada, that is Fredericton, New Brunswick, where the small town of 50,000 people have 2 universities, St. Thomas University and UNB. But here, over almost 3/4 people living here, and there's no university. Even my son, when he was growing up, he had to go through 10 different schools in order to growing up here.
Yeah, thank you very much. We got to move on to the next topic. But,
yes.
But you made a very interesting point that you will not be putting up any signs. No signs at all?
That's right. No lawn signs.
No lawn signs.
Only social media digitized, and maybe some flyers to the doors people to give my introduction.
But no lawn signs.
No lawn signs at all, because that increases the pollution, that increases the garbage. Because what I see basically right now, last time elections,
Okay, we've got to
those
wrap
signs
this
I
up.
see.
You put your point across,
Yes.
but that's a very important point that you just made. Now, our next topic is crime. Let's not talk about the obvious. We all know. Let's not keep on repeating the obvious, that there are so many carjackings happening, break-ins, robberies. We all know that.
Yeah.
I want to hear in the next 3 or 4 minutes, I want to hear what are the solutions that you would be offering. Yes, Mr. Mahin.
Yeah. As far as the solution for the safe community, there's one thing, the basic instinct of people is a safe community, where I can see that my children or grandchildren are playing in the park and make sure that nothing will happen to them. Or so in order to have that, there has to be more cameras set up, or there should be more speed breakers. In the little streets, I see sometimes people are driving at 60, 70 kilometers. So that's not safe at all. People are simply reversing their cars and all those things, and they don't know who is there behind. Okay, so that's very, very important. The second thing about the police presence, there has to be police presence. For example, I give you a very little example that happened to one of my friends, that when something was being stolen from his basement, he calls the police, and police shows up, let the person go, and the police will show up after 5 hours to take the interview, to take the details, what was stolen from the house. So these things are very, very important. Like what I see there, the people are getting heart attacks because of the snow banks in front of their house. That is city property. City should take their snow or move the snow in a proper way, so that seniors do not have to go through all these things. By paying them $200, $300 a year to remove the snow, that's not sufficient. That's not sufficient.
You want to jump in?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When I'm doing the door knocking and talking to the residents, the public safety is a #1 concern right now. Everyone talk about public safety.
Yeah.
And as you talk about the solution, what could be the solution for this #1 problem? We have to do something for the short term. As Mr. Gupta said, the short-term solution is to put more police presence on the streets. But there is a caveat to this solution. The more police presence on the street might change the problem from one place to other place. Like I can give you an example. Suppose I have to go and steal your car, Yudhvir, and there is a police car standing right in front of your home. I might not steal your car, but I go somewhere else and steal somewhere else. So that's the one problem with the police presence. But yes, the effect of more police presence is that it might reduce the response time. Suppose two houses are close together and police is there, they might go there, reach there quicker. For the long-term solution, I have a 3-point solution for this. The first one is that through education. Because if you look at the future, 4 years from now, if someone's going to steal a car 4 years from now, if that kid might be in the school right now, maybe we can do something here in the high school to engage him, to empower him to do something else right now, rather than later on he falls out and go into the path of crime. That's my first check. My second check is the policing. See, as we talked before too, police is reactive. It's not preventive. So the job of the police is there to bring that guy back to the jail. And third check is the judicial. I think that's where we are lacking a lot too. We need tougher penalties for those guys who commit crime, so that we can put them behind the bar, or at least give them some tougher sentences so to deter them to commit the crime again.
Yeah, so obviously you're talking about talking to the federal counterparts, because
Yes.
that's the federal jurisdiction to change
Yes,
change
yeah.
anything. Yeah, quick 10 seconds and we got to move on the next topic.
Yeah, sure. The kids are not really stealing the cars. And when I say the police presence, doesn't mean there has to be a cruiser in front of every house. Basically, I'm talking about police patrol. That's so that people know, or the people who are doing anything like that, they know that police will be called in, and they.
So you want more police
Yeah.
patrolling?
But we
patrolling basically, and also People are not stealing cars because they don't have education. They don't have education. I mean, in Canada, under 18, all kids has to be in school by law. In Ontario, they have to be in a school. So it's not that they are out of school and you need
we quickly have
something
to
else.
move to the next topic.
We cannot put the police on every nook and corner in the city. Right? So that's my point.
Okay, our next topic is hospital in Brampton. The number one, the biggest item as far as the federal budget is concerned, healthcare. The number one item on the provincial budget is healthcare. They spend a lot of money, the federal and the provincial level. But is Brampton getting its fair share, or we are okay with one hospital? So hospital in Brampton, yeah. What's your take? About 3 to 4 minutes. Please, who wants to jump in first? Go ahead.
Yes.
So just to put the number on your provincial spending budget, is 38% actually. 38% of our provincial budget spending goes towards the healthcare. And look at what we get in Brampton. One hospital, 660 beds for almost 800,000 people. The ratio comes out to only 0.9 maybe, while provincial average is on more than 2. We have only one hospital for the... I put this blame on our previous leadership. If you go back 10, 20, around 15 years ago, at the start of 2000, when we were discussing to build a new Brampton Civic Hospital, our leadership at that time, they negotiated with the province only for one hospital, and they demolished the Peel Memorial Hospital. You know, the reason they gave us that point, the building is old. The old Peel Memorial Hospital building is old. That's why they demolished the Peel Memorial Hospital and built us the new hospital. The building was built in 1925, Yudhvir, and the Toronto General Hospital, that building was built in 1856. Even older building is running, and newer building built in 1925 is demolished at that time, which could, so Brampton Civic Hospital, my point is, could be our second hospital at that point, if our elected official back then negotiated a better terms for Brampton. We failed there, and we are suffering today.
Yeah, partly I agree with Manpreet, and however, the city alone cannot build a hospital by itself. However, city council should be advocating it all along to the province and with aggressiveness. But right now what we see, a lot of services are being privatized, such as you'll see that the people who are in the in hospital, seniors, and if they don't want to move back, they will be forced to move to the long-term care. And those long-term care has to be developed in Brampton. So the people from the hospital, when they are being moved, otherwise they'll be charged almost like $400 a day. That province is going to charge the senior, the patient. So the more long-term cares has to be built in the city, so that these seniors, when they're moved from the hospital, they should be coming somewhere close to their relatives' home, rather than being away 70 kilometers away from the Brampton, where they will not be, husband and wife will not be able to meet each other, and probably they will depart sooner than later.
I disagree on this point here.
So basically, this is very, very important that we have the long-term care. And the long-term care will keep the seniors healthy. More hospitals, of course, there should be at least one more hospital of the same size as the Brampton. William Osler. There should be at least one more hospital. But like the city council is fighting, and our incumbent councillor, he is not here. He has disappeared from the scene. And he is not here to be blamed for it. He is not here to answer the questions, which is very, very unfortunate. The people has to really realize that do they want the same person again in Ward 9 and 10, or they want to come and vote for Mahendra Gupta, who has been fighting for the hospitals. We have fundraised for the hospitals through the temple.
Quick 10 seconds.
So in my opinion, getting the basic health care at the right time, at the right place is everyone's right. We need a new hospital, not more long-term cares. We need a new hospital.
So what
for
do you
more
think? How
beds.
the people will move from the hospital to the long-term care? I mean, this is a law.
We have
This is
more
a law now.
hospitals, if
No,
we
no, you
have
cannot
more
simply do that.
hospitals, We have more hospital beds. People will get care from there.
No, but
that
people,
should be the
if-
basic right. That's
no,
the basic
you're
right.
wrong. You're wrong because if the somebody who can live
They
in
are
the long-term
moving
care
people from the hospital just to get
to
the
the
empty
long-term
beds.
care. If the person,
They are moving people
if
from the
person,
hospital right now
no,
to get the
it is
vacant
about the
beds.
cost. It's about the cost. If you refuse to move from hospital to the
38%
long-term care,
spending is a kind of cost.
Give me hearing.
To spend.
Yeah, give me hearing. If they're not moved from the hospital to the long-term care, then basically they'll be charged $400 a day. Therefore, the cities should be developing long-term care and prepare. There should be a vision about it. That when this law is effective now, okay, that next 4 years, they should be building more long-term care in order to cater for the law.
I already gave you the numbers.
Yeah, in order to cater for the
660
law.
beds for 800,000 people, 0.9 beds per thousand
Nobody said it is
residents.
enough. Nobody said that is sufficient.
It's not enough. It's not sufficient. It's not
Yeah,
even
nobody
close
said
to
it
be
is sufficient.
sufficient. Provincial average is 2.2, 2.3. And national average is also 2.6. And by the way, I can tell you one more fact. Canada is a developed country. Japan is actually highest. Japan has 7.6 beds per thousand residents. That's called a developed country. So not only Brampton or Ontario, even whole country is lacking in the healthcare right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all those points. But
Thank
we
you.
got to quickly move on to our next topic, which is university in Brampton. We could all debate about one hospital, 1.5, 2 hospitals, how many do we have, how many do we need more. But as far as university in Brampton is concerned, absolutely none, zero. There is no university in Brampton. But I'll ask both our candidates, do you think we need a university in Brampton? Yes or no? If yes, why we need that? What are you going to plan to do for that? And if you say no, why we do not need a university in Brampton? Please go ahead.
Yeah, what I see that when I was growing up, my child, we had to send him to the university outside Brampton. And he's a lawyer now, getting 2 degrees for him, coming from the Brampton, basically it costs you $20,000 extra after tax money every year that people has to do away with, which that money could be used very well. From the few years ago, we were hearing that we are going to get the full-fledged, full-service university in downtown. But then government changed, provincial government changed, and the plan was cancelled. And apparently, the council, who was fighting among themselves, and there was a few people where there were some corruption charges or there were not corruption charges, some was proven in the court or not proven in the court, but they were fighting among themselves and they did not serve the community. And therefore, the people should be careful that if we need that university, we have to set aside place, few acres of place in Brampton where the people can go to the university. It has to be a full-fledged university. Some people said, oh, there will be a medical university. Well, how many people are going to become a doctor? Only doctor? People don't become only doctors. There are so many other professions, there are so many other field of education that people can get into. So therefore, of course, nobody will disagree that there should be a full-fledged university. As I said in the beginning, I come from a small town of Fredericton, New Brunswick. That the first time when I landed in Canada with 2 universities for a small town of 50,000 people. And here, almost 800,000 people and not a single university. And all the time people had to commute to York or they had to live near York. And given the weather in Canada, it's not easy to do that.
All right. Yeah, you want to say something?
Okay, so to answer your question, Yudhvir, the reason I want university in Brampton, because I want more leaders in our community. Because I firmly believe that university is a place which can produce more leaders. We need more leaders in our city, in our province, in our country to move our country forward. Like just I talked in our last topic about the leadership when it comes to bringing a new hospital in Brampton. We lack the leadership at that point. Even if you have to, I have to recall a Canadian leader right now, I'm talking to you. All the leader I can recall right now is John A. MacDonald maybe, that 150 years ago. or maybe Terry Fox, who still inspire us, or will keep on inspiring us for generations to come. We lack leader in our community, in our country. We need university for this. As a further question, for the university, I always listen about this university, coming to Brampton, not coming to Brampton, is the location. Because every time when we heard about the university, they want to bring the university to the center of the Brampton, to the downtown Brampton. I don't get this point. You want to bring a university to the downtown, you have to break something, you have to demolish something to establish a university there. Why not to bring a university at the corner of the city? Let me remind you one more thing. If you think about Lee Corbusier, when he was designing city of Chandigarh in India, he put Punjab University at the corner of the city. He had the option to put the university in the center too. He didn't do that for a reason. The Punjabi University in Patiala was out of the city. Look at all the IITs, IIMs. These are all the success stories of the universities, and they all started with the outside of the city. So if I am the councillor, if I go to the council, I move this to realize the dream of the university in Brampton, I will move it to the Heritage Heights project right next to the Heritage Road, in between the Georgetown and Heritage Road.
Right.
That's the only way to realize this project.
Yeah. Good points that you made, but we quickly got to move to our next topic. We've discussed about healthcare, we discussed about university, your vision, crime, so many other topics. Quickly moving on to the next topic. This is a very important topic that I'm sure not many of the debates have covered this, and this is the first time I'm bringing, as much as I've asked most of our leaders about this topic, but now we're bringing it at the forefront of the debates. The topic is integration. You know, most of us all are immigrants from very diverse backgrounds. What we have been witnessing is that, yes, there are many populist statements being made, divisive statements being made, identity politics being played. And I think our South Asian region has been plagued of identity politics. We certainly do not want to see a repeat of identity politics being played in the Western world in the name of religion, in the name of caste, in the name of language. We do not want that to happen. Since you are aspiring to become our elected leaders, I want your take on this one, on integration.
See, for me, according to me, as a city council, you have three main ingredients, which is integrity, accountability, and respect. The third part is respect. As you said about integration, we need to respect each other. We need to be as diversified as we can. See, if you look at the definition of diversity, diversity says different genders, different races, or different sexual orientation. But this is the right time to expand the definition of diversity. Let's start to include the different skill level. Let's include different mental abilities in the diversity. That way we can have a better community which can come together and live together happily. That's my take on this.
Listen, about the integration, of course, I mean, we have to really understand how this thing came about. When I came here, started my career here in '91, we fought so much about racism. It was about back in '96 when I was thrown down stairs at a school when I was teaching there because they were not accepting the brown-skinned people. And that time, it was simply, and I had to stay off job for some time. So that racism has been in the system for a long time. And basically, when the integration question comes in, we can see that people from wherever they come from any country, sometimes they bring their ideology with them to the country here. And they make statements against each other, even if they are from the same country. And this is the role of the council basically comes in. For example, Tiranga Yatra, if you remember, Yudhvir, was attacked by a certain group of people. Okay, and council stayed mum. People didn't come forward to make a statement that this is wrong to do it. Okay, similarly, that Tiranga Yatra was done twice and they were attacked twice. 11 temples in Ontario, mostly in GTA area, were attacked.
Vandalized.
Yeah, vandalized. And a lot of things were stolen from the temples. And the council and people who are contesting election now, they remain mum.
No, but they've been condemning that.
Because they're afraid that the certain category will be pleased Okay, again, the politics of appeasement is coming here. It is here.
No, but it was condemned.
I can
It was
understand.
condemned. When the temples were vandalized,
Yes.
it was condemned by elected officials.
No, condemn means nothing. I mean, suppose there was some other community was happened, they would have done way more than simply condemn, oh, I condemn it. It is not simply I condemn it. Basically, it has to be done practical. Was there any issue taken up further than simply a one little sentence of condemnation? No. Because I was involved there. When I was in the Tiranga Yatra, a person came right in front of my car and put his car across. And I had to call police. And if I would have come out of my car, maybe I was going to be attacked by people from a certain community. And that should be that is where the council and these politicians, their role comes very, very tricky. And they should not be worrying about their votes.
But what are you doing? What can be done to bring people together?
Council should be calling a meeting of all the people, all the stakeholders involved, whether they are religious, political, or non-political. They should be calling the meeting and calling it as a peace. How to build the peace. Okay? But they didn't do it. They failed it. And people who are contesting now, okay, they remain mum. They said, okay.
In my opinion, people are
okay.
usually peaceful. They live happily, respectful to each other. The role of the council in this is they need to single out those persons out.
No, this is not a single out. Sorry, this is not a singling out. This is called organized. These were the organized crime. No, not outsiders. Not outsiders. Nothing. What do you mean an outsider? People belong to the different religion who are attacking other religious people. Basically, that's what is happening. What do you mean I'm an outsider? And even some time ago, just as a part of that, one of the politicians' relative was also involved and charged, but he was not charged for hate crime. And the council, it was the council's role and the provincial role to make sure that person would have a charge for the hate crime, and not for just for these little petty things of assaulting somebody.
But what is the solution? I'm asking.
Solution is the council should bring these aldermen, these councils, these mayors, these politicians who always go and ask for vote. They should be bringing people together. There has to be something.
The council should, in my opinion, council should stick with the Canadian agenda.
Okay.
Canadian agenda. This is a Canadian safety. Is a Canadian agenda.
We live here. This is our country. We have nothing to do with any other country.
Safety of people is Canadian agenda, Manpreet.
Respect like each other. This is the country we are living in. This is the economy we are contributing in. This is where our taxpayers, money.
So you are saying safety of people is not a Canadian agenda?
I've never said
this is what you're saying, Canadian agenda.
I'm saying
safety of any individual citizen is a Canadian agenda.
Council should not abating those people's agenda.
Yeah, they do not say this because they want to play the politics of appeasement. Basically, a certain category will get angry with them and they will not be elected.
Let him answer.
All I'm saying, the council members should not support any other outside agenda.
Well, not doing anything about it is supporting it. Not doing anything about it.
They should stick with the Canadian problems. We have so many problems here. So deal with all these problems here first before you go out and look for something else. That's my priority.
All right, thank you. And now our next topic that we quickly want to move on is youth and seniors. So what are you going to do for our youth and what are you going to do for our seniors? Approximately 3 to 4 minutes. Who wants to go first?
Sure, I can go.
Okay.
I have been involved in education here for many number of years, almost over 30 years now. And even before that, I was teaching at university. Okay, so my career has been, or my ambition has been always to help out youth, to help out youngsters to grow properly, to grow in a certain way so that they achieve whatever they endeavor. Okay, something like become an engineer or plumber or carpenter or doctor or anything like that. So basically, what I see that we have to work with Peel District School Board and also the school trustees. We have to work with them so that proper education system is developed in the school system, and they have a sufficient number of counselors available. Government has cut back on the number of counselors in education, and not enough psychologists are available in schools. Many times, children need psychologists, and these psychologists are divided among 4 or 5 schools, where they go only once a week, and so on. The same thing is like a counselor. According to the number of students, the number of counselors has been depleted, basically. So it's very, very important that the city works with the trustees, with the Peel District School Board to bring it together. That's one thing can be done. Also, this will bring back to the same system of having the university. So where the students are able to see that after high school, they will not be simply trying to find a university anywhere in the world, but somewhere close to their home. And also about the senior part, seniors. Seniors should be given way more facilities, because these seniors have paid their taxes throughout their life. And now they are time to enjoy. They should have a fewer problems, and their problems should be addressed by seniors. There should be more recreation facilities in the city. That is right within the power of council. And if the council wants, they can create more recreation facilities for them so that they remain healthy. And basically that will cut down expenses or burden on the health budget.
All right. For the youth, I would like them to educate, empower, and engage. Because these 3 E's I'm going to work on. I think with these 3 things, I can bring best out of them for the youths. Because our youths, we can mold them to anything for tomorrow. We didn't talk about the climate change here, but our youth can be a climate change soldier. We can empower them, we can educate them, because any changes you want to bring into the community start with the youth. From the youth, those changes are going to flow to the families, and from families, they can flow into the communities, and we have a better community. And for the seniors, 5 years ago, City of Brampton, they bought a golf course in my yard at Gore and Ebenezer to be a senior center. That's supposed to be the second senior center in Brampton. Right now we have only one senior center, that also in McLaughlin. So when I become a councillor, that will be one of my goal to make another senior center at Torbram and Sandalwood. Because seniors need more services. I go out and talk to them. They're sitting in a park. We give them a free transit pass, but we have to go to the park on the next corner of the house. We need a senior center, full-fledged senior center for them to go to, with the different activities for them.
Yeah, for the seniors, if you don't mind, I can add to that. You are right, that these parks and parkettes that are created all over the place, very small ones, there should be washroom facilities, proper washroom facilities. Because what happens, the seniors, when they bring their grandchildren to take care of them in the parks and enjoy their life there is they need the washrooms sort of a right away. And that's very, very important. Of course, seniors already have the free passes, but the recreation facilities for seniors, they should be free of charge, because over a certain amount, over $18,000 per annum or something, if they're earning, okay, they have to pay something $245 the fee for the recreation, and that shouldn't be there. When I'm on the council, I bring the resolution, the seniors should be given the free service. Because basically it's a give and take. You save a lot of money from the health system when you do this. And also you have a healthier people in the community, because these seniors basically are a role model for little children, for the grandchildren in the parks. They can volunteer their time. That will also save a lot of money for the city.
I wish we had more time, but very interesting points once again brought by both the candidates here. So at this point, I'd like to thank both the candidates, and 1 minute each for your closing remarks. Yes, please.
Yes, so it is very, very important to see that our incumbent city councillor is not here. It is very obvious, because there has been some corruption in the city that we had to ask him questions and you could get the answers. There has been fighting in the council, and also the city has become more unsafe than before. So therefore, it is very, very important that you elect Mahendra Gupta on October 24th. Make sure you go and vote, because your vote will count for the development of city, your neighborhood, and also your children.
Thank you to Y Media for extending this opportunity to me and Mahendra Gupta to come here and talk about our plan, our agendas, our future vision for our city. We both live in the same neighborhood, so we have same problems. Where we are differ as a candidate is how we prioritize the problem, how we prioritize how we deal with our issues here. So on October 24, I look forward for the support from Ward 910 for the City Councillor. Please support me. I am Manpreet Oti. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'd like to once again thank Mr. Mahendra Gupta for joining us on today's discussion. We wish you all the best. Mr. Manpreet Oti, thank you so much for joining us on today's discussion. We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We wish we had more time, but that's all the time that we have today. And once again, I'd like to remind you that Y Media will be broadcasting all the debates on Channel Y, which is available on Rogers 857, Bell 828, Telus 2418, and also on Y Media TV app. Also, you can watch all these debates on Y+. Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep watching Channel Y, keep watching Y+, and stay tuned with Y Media. Thank you.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian pop.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का #1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.